Okay, so we will continue the definition of load pattern. Okay, so define load pattern. Then makapansin mo dito, meron dito naka-default na dalawa. Okay, gagawin natin is the same nito. So we will just rename this one muna bago tayo mag-add. So I will just say this is D, tapos this is dead load. So okay na yan. Then mayroon siyang self-weight multiplier, okay na yan. Then I will just say modify. Ayun, na-modify siya. Then the other one is SD, or that is super dead. That is superimposed dead load. Multiplier, self-weight multiplier is 0. I will just say modify. Okay. Next natin, we have reducible live. That is for the residential live load. Reducible live load. We will just say reducible live, then add. Next, we have live load. We'll just input L. That is live load. That is non-reducible live. That live load is 4.8 and above kPa. So we'll just add. Then EX static. So we need to define a static case of earthquake kasi kailangan natin yung base shear static. Okay? Though dynamic analysis tayo, but we need the static case para dun mag-base yung dynamic shear sa static shear. Okay? We'll just click the type. This is a seismic. Then the autolateral load is UBC 97. I will just click add. Kung gusto mong mag-delete, you can delete the load. Okay. Then for Y naman, we have EY. Then I will just add. Mamaya natin i-modify itong nasa loob nito. Then we have another with X, that is WX. Then ang type niya is simply wind. Autolateral load, that is simply ASCE 7-10. Add new load. Then WY, that is wind again. Then we have LR, or that is roof light. LR. So basically, pwede naman siyang i-live load mo lang, but we'll just put the correct definition. We'll just roof light. Kompleto lang kasi yung dito eh. Pero if you want to be simple or in simply approach, that is just dead load. Let's say for other software, that's just simply dead load and live load and earthquake and wind. Wala namang problema. Okay, we'll just add the roof light. Okay, then we will just click okay. Yan, meron na tayo. Then balikan natin, define load pattern. Punta natin yung earthquake. Ang i-modify natin, tapos i-input natin yung, let's say this is from soil test data. Ang soil test data dyan is ito, SD. So I will just go to blue. SD, seismic zone factor, bibigay sa iyo ng soil investigation report. Then you have here seismic source type, bigay sa iyo ng soil report dyan, and itong distance na to. Okay, yan yung mga sa soil report. Then this one is, so naka 5% pa ako dito. We will just copy this definition. So basically, ito lang naman ang ibibigay sa iyo ng soil report. Ito namang iba is, this is for the engineers preparation na. Kasi conversion factor natin ito sa kung anong structural system mo. Ito. So tayo na yan. Okay. Dito sa X natin, I will just say we have eccentricity of 5%. Then we have program calculated. This is a, kung method A ka, that is the formula. Yun doon sa CT, that is HN ratio 3/4. Tapos may factor ako dito. Then if we have, we dual system, this is 0.02. So ito hindi na to basic. I mean, nandun lang to sa, medyo shortcut yung approach ko dito kasi hindi to basic. So meron tayong video sa 3 story, yun yung basic. Okay, so dito sa 8 story and 18 story, this is advanced. Kaya hindi na kailangan dito yung mga maraming paliwanag na nandun yun, babalikan lang yun sa basic. Then dito, ground floor tayo. Then ang upper roof ko, I will just say roof kasi wala nang participation yung roof cover sa seismic. Okay, then ito naman, balikan natin to. Then ito, 8.5 yan. Ito, SD malambot yan na lupa, SD and SE. So basically, pagka SD ka, pagka pag nag 8 to 10 story ka, or let's say 10 story to 11 story, tapos SD, hindi kaya ng mat puting yan. Hindi yan kaya. So, from the experiences, pag mga 8, 10, tapos medyo malambot yung lupa, sa 150 kPa to 100, laging pilote yan. Pero pag 2 story, 150, okay lang. 3 story. Pero pag mga 8 story, you have 400 kPa, 500 kPa na lupa, hindi mo kailangan ng pilote. Okay? Then, pag mga ganon, na 400 to 500, 600, that is SC or SB, matigas yun. But now, we have here a SD. Pag mga bahay-bahay, dalawang palapag, walang problema kahit SD yan, magaan yan. Okay, ngayon, puntahan natin to. We have seismic zone 4. Okay, now we have A, seismic source type, then ito ay 6.1. Tapos click ko lang sa importance factor. Then the importance factor is 1. Then I will just click OK. So okay na ako sa EX. Then sa EY naman, same lang. Ang mababago lang is itong direction. 2.02. Ito naman is roof. Ito naman is ground floor. Then ito is SD, A, and then this is 6.1. So basically, itong mga 6.1 na to, ito lang yung galing dun sa mapa. Pero, isang trivia, pwede ka mag 2 km dipping, or kasi pag 6.1 ka, let's say, explain ko na lang din para matutunan ng iba. Let's say, nasa plan ka ng mapa, diba ito yung mo, ito yung naman yung fault mo, you have your distance, yung D. Basically, yan yung ginagawa ng iba. Okay lang naman. Sectionan mo to. Pag medyo alanganin ka dito, lumalapit masyado, kasi yung yung source type niya, sectionan ko to, sectionan ko yan. Dito yung structure mo, diba? Ito yung lupa, yung babaw. Ang source mo talaga, hindi naman nasa ibabaw, nandun yan sa lalim. Yung sinasabing dipping, there is a certain depth. Yan. Kaya ang gagamitin mo dyan, paminsan, kung masyadong malapit to, masyadong malaki yung mga values mo, pwede ka mag-consider dipping. Say 1 km or 2 km, at least ito, medyo lalaki siya. So, parang kung D1. Okay? So, yung iba, ang ginagawa dito, nasa 1 km to 2 km. Okay? Para hindi masyadong masakit tong values dito. Mataas kasi tong values na to eh. Pero yung source naman ng energy, hindi naman sa ibabaw ng lupa, nandun sa ilalim. Then, how much depth? Di ko alam. But, hindi naman po pwedeng 50 km mo yan. Sobrang lalim naman yan. You have to approach to the geotechnical engineer kasi yan yung ginagawa ko. Okay? Just click OK. Then sa wind, we have here a modify lateral load. Then wala pa tayong model, kaya wala pa tong value diaphragm. Ito, wala pang diaphragm dito kasi wala pa tayong model. Makakaroon ng value yan pag nagkaroon tayong model. Ang gagawin mo dyan, unang-una, computein mo yung wala dito. Okay, kailangan lang natin dito is yung balikan ko yung sa wind o display or view. Balikan ko lang yung wind 250 kph yun I mean 250 kph. So let's say this is 250 kph, convert mo lang yan sa mile per hour kasi 250 tapos asan yung conversion ko? Mile per hour, that will give you 155.34. So let's say 155. Then dun sa ano natin, dito sa wind load parameter natin, we have here B, exposure category B, importance factor 1, and the rest gas factor and directionality factor, that is 1.85. Then the bottom story is ground floor and the top is, let's say, roof. May parapet tayo. Saan na may parapet natin? Let's say 1.2 or 1.5. Okay, then ito yung wind X pa lang to. So punta mo yung dimension dito, naka 0 yan, direction. I mean yung direction, that is 0. 0 kasi X ka. Ito. So just click OK. Then ito 1 lang yung 1 lang tayo dyan. Yung case 1 mo is ito lang. Yung case 1 mo, ito yon na naka 0 degree. Then yung case 2 natin, ito yon naka 90. Yung WX. Ito. This is the case 1. Ito. So, apat na case yan. Meron kang 2, 3, and 4. So, we will go to case 1 lang. Now, just click OK. Then, WY naman ako. Modify ko lang. Then, I will just put 155 here. 155. Then, B. And base ko is ground. Then, the upper is roof. Then, let's say 1.5. I have 90 here. Just click OK. Then 1. Okay. Then okay. So yan na yung mga load pattern natin. So yan yung mag-generate ng yan yung load pattern. That's the from the word pattern loading. Then the load cases naman, yun din naman yon. But the load cases will generate loads to the structure. Punta natin yung load cases. Review natin yung pangalan nito. Ito, pinalitan natin ng D. Pinalitan natin ng SD. Okay? I will just edit that one. Sabi kong pinalitan natin kasi unang-una ginawa natin itong D. And this one will become D. So, rename mo lang to D. Then click OK. Yung live naman, that is just SD. Same ko lang yan para we have a unity definition. The rest is okay. Saan na nga ba ako? Dito na tayo. Tapos na yan. So next is ito, mass source. So mass source lang tayo. Okay, mass source tayo. Naman tayo mag-define ng dynamic ng response spectrum mamaya na. Just click OK. So, kumplituhin muna natin yung mga definition na iba. Mass source mo ay okay. Ito. Define mass source. Yan. Modify ko lang to. Then, specified load pattern ka. Then, mass source mo, dead load, that is the self-weight of structure. Then, is DL. So, it will, then, live natin, non-reducible. Then, ito, click ko yan. Click OK. So, ito yung mag-generate ng mga lateral forces ng earthquake forces. Yan. Kaya mapansin mo, yung residential load doon, wala. Yan. Importante yung building weight. Also yung live 4.8 and above. Okay, just click OK. Then I will just go to P delta option. So let's have this one. P delta. Then dead load 1.2. This is ultimate factor. Live mo is 1 and reducible live mo is 0.5. Okay, so may P delta ka na. Then you have a modal analysis here. 12 and 16 ang ginamit. Okay, then naka-reach vector. Define modal. Ito ay gene yan, value sa simula. Then ito gawin mong reach. Then target mo, acceleration mo, ux is 1 and the acceleration again uy. Then the acceleration again, this is uz. Then you have minimum, let's say this is 12 and then maximum is 16. Okay, click OK and then click OK. Ang ginawa pala dito 12 and 36. Balikan ko lang, define modal. This is 36. Click OK. Ngayon, mag-define tayo ng response spectrum. So, same lang ito dun sa CA, CV natin na value. Ayan. Ito yun yung sa earthquake static yung definition natin. Yung value na yan, that is the value here sa define load pattern. Ito yung value na yan. That is the acceleration coefficient. Ito. Yan yung sa response spectrum mo. Then you have 5% here. Function for the damping ratio. Hindi to, iba yan na, ito, that is damping ratio. That is the decay of the vibration. Ito naman, hindi to, iba to. This is the eccentricity where the forces to be applied. Ginilid mo ng 5% or inano mo, sinif mo ng 5%. This one 5%, this is the decay of energy. Okay? So, we will input this one to the response spectrum case. So, define response spectrum case. So, mag-a-add ako. Ano ba nilagay ko dito? Okay. is hindi pa pala dun sa load, ano pa lang, I mean dito pa lang tayo sa function, hindi pa dun sa load case. I just cancel this one. So define function response spectrum case, then ito dapat UBC tayo sa static, then UBC din tayo dito, then I will add new function. So ito, this is in UBC. Let's say we have here in ECP 2015, pwedeng name of fault line, pwede yan, kasi yun yung magbibigay sa ng acceleration. And ito naman is, this is 0.55086. Then this one is 0.9677. Okay, then this is the response spectrum curve. Then we have here period in acceleration. Okay, just click OK. Itong isa, i-delete ko to. Yan, meron na tayong response spectrum function. Ang gagawin naman natin sunod, yung load case. Ito, magde-define tayo nito. Ang i-define natin sa load case, 5. This RSA, drift X and drift Y. So this is for the checking of drift. Ito namang isa, this is for the design, SRSS, square root of sum of squares. Itong dalawa na to, i-define natin to, papunta to sa foundation naman. Papunta yan sa foundation. Ito yung process na gagamitin sa pag-design ng foundation or ng pile cap or pag-check ng pile reaction, hindi yung SRSS. So ito, hindi na pupunta to sa pundasyon, sa superstructure lang to. Okay, I hope this is clear. So mag-define lang ako ng, so next video yung definition of response spectrum. Save natin to.